Hey, hope you're all doing well. As promised, I'm about to have a look at the ToneMaster FR12, which essentially is a monitor speaker for your modelers. Now, of course, it is called a ToneMaster, and it's been released in conjunction with the new ToneMaster Pro. However, it can work with every other modeler, like the Headrush, the GT1000, Axe FX, Quad Cortex, etc. It is just a flat response speaker. So as it says here, it is a 1000 watt full range flat response monitor, has a 12-inch custom woofer, 1-inch high frequency compression driver, 3-band active EQ with high cut control, integrated tilt back legs, and it's all in a lightweight plywood enclosure. For a long time, I always just used these monitor speakers with my modelers, but when doing it that way, you don't really get a good representation of what it's gonna be like out in the real world. So that's where this kind of thing comes into play. I've been using just some RCF front of house PA speakers in the room, these little 12-inch things, because that's all I have. But this ToneMaster speaker is fantastic. They've made it to look like an actual Fender amp. You've got the dials on the top there, which is treble, middle, and bass. It is obviously only one speaker, but that's totally fine because it's just a monitor speaker. This is what you can use on stage to hear yourself, and you can still send everything out to front of house and they can mix that in and you can get a perfect sound every time. I've realized in recent times that not having anything on stage, whilst it's great to have a silent stage and use in-ears, there seems to be a lack of understanding from front of house of how to mix everything through a PA. I don't play very big rooms, but the front of house engineer, it seems to be, is always looking for that on-stage amp noise. But when that's missing, they don't know what to do, and they approach it the same way, and my guitar tone has always suffered because of that. So with that situation in mind, with this small combo-sized amp, I'd be able to get that sort of amp sound on stage, and I'd fix that situation pretty easy. So even though it's got the treble, middle, and bass, and the high cut, you still get your perfectly modeled tone coming into the speaker, and this does not color it. Enough talking, I'm gonna plug in. I've got an SM57 at the front of the amp there to capture the speaker sound, and I'll adjust my vocal microphone to get the sort of room sound as well. That's the only problem about doing it this way, is you can't really hear exactly what it's doing. The microphones are gonna color it a little bit, but hopefully all of these frequencies and the changes that are gonna happen on the knobs, you're gonna hear through the world of interwebs. Alright, so I'm just playing through this Jubilee patch at the moment that I made the other day. So you can see currently where the volume is sitting. It gets pretty loud. On the unit, I've got this coming out at 65%. So still quite a bit of headroom, not only in the preset, but on the overall unit as well. I'll show you how much you can tweak using the EQ on the amp. That blew my face off. So that amount of customization on the little speaker itself is really going to help it sound better for you on stage or in the room or wherever you're using it. Now that of course does not change the preset in any way whatsoever. This comes out the way it is, and you can still tweak the cabinets within the unit, but also just for quick fix on the fly, you can jump on the amp and do that there. Alright, so I've gone back to the first preset, which is just the deluxe reverb. Number 1. Cool. Let's go to the EVH5150 preset number 2. That EVH5150 sounds amazing. This is super duper bassy. So if I adjust the preset now, let's go into the cabinet. You can't quite see it, but what I'm doing, I've got the low cut is actually at 90. I've just changed the speaker position on the amp. So you can really hear how much this still changes so much of what you're hearing out of the speaker. This is 100% just a flat response speaker until you start tweaking that EQ on the amp or the high cut. And there we go. It's a flat response speaker with some added tweakability options on there. It can get pretty loud, so it's going to work great on stage, but of course you can bring it down and you can play at bedroom volumes and still get these amps pumping through it. When it's turned on, volume down, you still get the typical speaker hiss. Now I get that from my monitor speakers. It's just going to happen with speakers. That is absolutely normal. To wrap it up, the ToneMaster FR12 is a perfect addition to any modular setup. I personally prefer a stereo rig, but this as a mono unit is actually fantastic. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.